Hello! In this video, we're going to talk about hiding spots in Atlantis, specifically this rock right here. This is really what we're focused on, is all the hiding spots near this rock. We're also going to go over these two block piles because I feel like they're important. Right? But I might go over these block piles in another video when I talk about this region of the map. But right now, we're just going to talk about this rock. Now, really, it's important because as you come from higher spawn, you literally are looking directly at this rock. And so, sometimes in some games, you're going to find hiders hiding at this rock. So that's why it's important to go. The most important part of the rock is this TNT pile, in my opinion. And I like to just break it up in parts, right? The most important spot, from what I've seen, is a TNT in this hole. Or maybe it's not the most important spot, but you should definitely know this spot. You see a TNT in this hole, then it's fake. Also, there's a total of 3 TNTs on top of the stack. So if you ever see 4 TNTs, for instance, if it's squared off like this, or if it's squared off like this, that would be fake. Another way to think about it is if you see 2 in a row, like that. At the back of the stack, there's a TNT in this slot, right? You see 3 TNTs in a row right here, that would be fake. Again, you should never see it squared off like this. You should never see it squared off like this. Again, basically like that. Another thing is at the front of the stack there's a total of 5 TNTs. So if you ever see 6 TNTs like that, it's fake. Again, 6 TNTs, for instance, a TNT in this slot, then that would be fake. Sometimes you see a TNT on top of one of those 5 TNTs like this. Again, that's 4 TNTs on top of the stack. That's how you know it's fake. That's pretty much it for this TNT stack. You have some cakes over here. Usually you don't see hiders hiding as cakes, but sometimes you do, right? 3 cakes would be fake. Alright, now let's just head over here. You have these melons. You have 2 flower pots. So if you ever see 3 flower pots, I'll morph into a flower pot first just to show you. And if you see 3 flower pots, for instance, right here, would be fake. But as for the melons, right, you see 3 melons in a row like that, it's fake. 3 melons in a row like this, then it's fake. Sometimes you will see a melon in this specific spot. Notice it forms a cube, sort of. That would be fake. Again, 3 melons in a row, that would be fake. Or a melon all the way back here like that, that would be fake. Right, and sometimes you do find 2 melons in a row on the left side. That basically covers every single spot you would have to know. But hopefully you can recognize those patterns. For the bookshelf stack, you can also think of 3 in a row, right? You see 3 bookshelves in a row on the bottom, 3 bookshelves in a row on the top. That's how you know that there's a fake bookshelf. And that's, honestly, you don't usually see people hiding as a bookshelf over here, but that's a pattern that you can draw from that if you would like. I also like to think of the number 3 when it comes to these flower pots, because I think of the grouping 3-3-1, right? You have 3 flower pots here, 3 flower pots here, and 1 flower pot here. I'm pretty sure this is actually really similar to what we saw in Plexville, right? 3-3-1 with the flower pots on a rock, literally. 3, 3, and 1. Not 100% sure since it's been a while since I recorded that video, but as you can see, if you ever see like more than that, for instance, this is 4 in a row, that would be fake. As for these furnaces, it's interesting because I like to think of these furnaces right here as the central part of the furnace stack, even though it's not, maybe not the center, but I think of these furnaces at the center. So if you ever see 3 furnaces in a row like this, it's fake. 3 furnaces in a row like this, then it's fake. On the right side of the stack, you have 2 furnaces. On the left side, you have 3 furnaces. So that's basically how I like to think about it. For these cakes, a little more common to see hiders hiding as a cake than it is to probably see them in this furnace stack or the flower pots even. Right, this cake stack is actually pretty notable. Right, notice you have 4 cakes on the top, then 2 cakes on the bottom. Right, the cakes on the top sort of form a diamond structure, right? It's probably pretty important that you find a cake. If you find a cake in the center, then it's fake. Probably the most common spot is to find a cake right here. Right, or a cake at one of the corners also. Now that's basically it for the cakes. Lastly, we're going to have furnaces and hay bales. But as for the furnaces, the most important spot is to find a furnace in this hole, and it's fake. Right? But also, there's a few slots you can find a furnace in. So if you have a furnace hiding right here, that would be fake. Right? Usually whenever you see a large grouping of furnaces, like in this case, you can see that there's a total of 7 furnaces directly touching each other. That would be fake. Here, there's a total of 5 furnaces directly touching each other. Whenever you see a large grouping of furnaces like that, it's a pretty good indication that one of them is fake. As for these hay bales, basically, for these hay bales, notice, like, you see a square of hay bales like this, then it's fake. A square of hay bales like this, then it's fake. Or if you ever see, again, right here, a square of hay bales, that would be fake. You see 3 hay bales in a row like this, then it's fake as well. 2 hay bales in a row on the top like that, it's fake. That's basically it. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. There is also this hole right here that you could find flower pots hiding in. So imagine I'm a flower pot, you could find flower pots in there. Next, if we quickly head over here to these block piles, just to go over them, just in case you find hiders in them, you find an anvil in this slot, then it's fake. Okay. We'll talk more detail about them in another video, maybe. And for these furnaces, it's mainly just if you see a furnace on top of the stack, right? Basically, 2 furnaces on top of the stack means there's a fake one, right? Square furnaces, then it's fake. And square furnaces, then it's fake. And square furnaces, then it's fake. That's basically it for this. I guess I'll go over the cakes as well since they're right next to it. Right, sort of like the flower pots. You have 3, 3, and 1. Oh, I forgot about this cake right here. I guess I was wrong. Oh well. So if you see 4 cakes grouped together, then that's how you know there's a fake. We'll probably talk more detail about the left side of the map in another video. So this is basically it for this rock. And so that's pretty much it.